Entertainment.
Oh, video star. Say man. Say what? Say where? Say what? 50, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. 50, hallelujah. You start going Afcon, bata. You start going Afcon, bata. Hey, Lola, Lola, la, Lola, la, hey, Lola, Lola, la. Coach John Keister, now they talk about who. Hey, wetin he want to let them play the ball. Hey, Karim say, now they talk about who. Hey, wetin he want to let them play the ball. All the supporter, nice musician, nice politician, nice. After we decide, we go more na them all. 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 50, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. 50, hallelujah. You start going Afcon, bata. You start going Afcon, bata. Hey, Leo star, we dey go win the cup. Leo star, now we get the cup. Leo star, now we get the cup. If you put yourself down, if you put yourself down, if you put yourself down, God go raise you up. Hallelujah, oh, hallelujah, oh, why you, 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 he don't enter, the body don't enter. 50, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. 50, hallelujah. You start going Afcon, bata. You start going Afcon, bata. Hey, you start na one word, oh yeah. You start na one word, oh yeah. Hey mama, you start na one word, oh yeah. You start na one word, oh yeah. We don't score, we don't score, we don't score. You start don't score, we don't score, we don't score, we don't score. You start don't score. Give me those say, no they talk about who. Hey, wetin he want to let them give a ball. Like a man, no they talk about who. Hey, wetin he want to let them pass the ball. Capesi Kele, don't pass, Kwame Free, one fast and Irano. Touch am, Buyaka don't finish am. Musa mona demo, Kweku mona demo, Nasa mona demo, Kaikai mona demo, Christian mona demo, Isa mona demo, Isbari mona demo, Kaki mona demo, Kocha mona demo, Bundu mona demo, Sio mona demo, Jabi mona demo. Aye. Senior player Elise, senior player Augustine, senior player Saiduba, senior player John Kamara,
All right, then welcome back to yet another edition of the Checkpoint Sport. First, I'll make you share far and wide as we bring you the very best of local sport today. Me, I host Magdalene, and very soon I will be joined by Desmond, Paine, and Jerome. We already in at the studio with me, and then we will continue with the show. But I want to welcome you, and all you need for doing now for share the live as we get giveaway today also inside the show. We New Year's giveaway. We will be probably say we will do three jazzy plus $50 as we start price for today. So share far and wide. Make a welcome Jerome na the show. Welcome to the show, Jerome. Jerome, you mic, please.
Okay, you get me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yes, Magdalene, good morning, good afternoon, good morning to everybody, and happy new year to everybody around the world. Who's how you day? Let God go
All
long life and well body, lots more years to come.
All right, thank you very much, Jerome, for joining us today. Jerome go there between at the show as we go discuss issues we get for do with sports. But in the meantime, share this live, make it go far and wide, and then we will come and bring you more inside what's in the happen inside the Leone camp and also the preparation for the Afcon. We will start first of all with an interview where Desmond Paine been do with John Keister yesterday night live show. Who side we talk about the team selection and some issues that will be surround the team where people will ask questions but about certain players they how they make the squad. So let me just go quick and listen to this interview.
This job is a very very difficult job. Especially like this environment. It's very difficult. But we're trying to make the most of what we can do for geek growth around the football, around the national team. When I took over the national team, wherein probably 70% of people when I got the job were never ever comfortable, never believed in me taking over the job, never trusted me taking over the job around qualification. But I went into the job with an objective. My objective was I want to transition the national team, and then qualification for 2023 was my target. But again, we got in grace and in blessing, we're able to do that in a year. So we've got growth. We've got growth. Another difficult side of the job is obviously preparing to go to Cameroon. I think it's very very important that when you spoke to me that I come out and speak to the Sierra Leone people that we really want to know and are interested, because there's so much that's going on now in the world of social media. There's so much that's being said, and there's so much that is not true, and there's a lot people can probably gain from me coming on this program.
Okay, John.
Okay?
John, in as much as you don't outline with you don't talk how you take the team, people doubt you and everything. Let we come into business. Let we look at the preparation aspect after we qualifiers. Let we talk about the preparation. What till we get now Morocco, and what till we get now Turkey, and then you come in for release the team.
I think that's very very important. And the two windows that we had in October and November, where we went into Morocco. I think everybody knows I talked to the FA and the government. For the first time, I took 29 players. Again, that was part of our identification period. And then when we went into Turkey, which wasn't very good because we had a very late preparation, not making excuses, I took another group of players again because I wanted to exhaust all the available players that we did for Sierra Leone before we make a decision going into Afcon. And I think with the technical staff, we looked at every single one that is available. Again, I always make sure that is available for Sierra Leone. And then eventually coming into where we are now, we make a decision. The decision we make around the group O release is around a lot of things that we look at. We're going into competition. Yes, we need players and we go in. We need players and to win games, but you still need players and to do the other side of the football. We need players and we go able to do this, we will do them. So we need a blend and a mixture of, in terms of what you need for going na Afcon. Yes, very, very difficult selection, because again, we can never get 100%, because there are always people out there who go feel say this for the day, not for this, for the day, not for the day. But from a technical position we're trying to do the best for Sierra Leone, and we want to pick the best players there for go represent we. So that's what we've done. I think the 2 windows give us a lot of insights around the players, and what our focus was around is positions as well, which was very, very important around identification.
Okay, John, let's look at the number of players that we use in all them friendlies there, so will lead you for let you able to determine for cut the particular number and limit yourself now to what you get. What are the total number of players that we use in all them friendlies here, so before you can say, okay, this crop of players will be the final 28-man team?
Honest, Desmond, I've probably gone over 40-odd players, and, with regulations from CAF, a lot of people, don't know that. CAF was asked to every member association for register 40 in the provisional squad. The reason being is because of the COVID situation. But 28 will be allowed to go into the competition. And if anything goes wrong in between that period where players are in and out of that 28, then we can revert back to the 40 that's been registered provisionally to come in and replace whatever is going out. So that's what the regulations are. And then eventually we try to get everyone down here, because our base was going to be here before we leave, so that we can give a train together in the 40, and then we make a final decision. But we managed to make a final decision with all the technical team, because we had a very good period in October and November, and prior to that, where we've done a lot of work around identification. So we are pleased with that.
Okay. You don't identify your players them, and then you don't put them to the pace. You don't get everything where you want. What do make the selection of the players then be a hell of a problem where a lot of people, even we been speculate, say the FA now in they select the team instead of you and your technical staff? What do make it become of a big job that go simple as people they expect them?
To be honest, again, Desmond, apologies around the list. I don't want us to be as a country, because that country they do this A, we say for do A. We all have a different predicament, and so now make us say apologies. Okay, one of the reasons for the delay of the list was we had a situation with one of the boys that we wanted to have clarification around his eligibility. The eligibility was already cleared by FIFA. This is one of the boys that we what is the word? We had the transfer of association, but there is a particular one that we wanted to bring in, but we had a situation around his eligibility around citizenship. So it took us a little bit of time to clarify that, because there was a time where, even I don't want to talk about it on obviously on the program, but that was the point. So we didn't get that clarification until not yesterday, when the list came out, the day before. So that was why that's why we waited a little bit. So that's why I said apology on that part. To say we had members of the exco or the executive or whatever it is that our list no list is absolutely not true. So I can categorically tell you that the reason was because we needed clarity on one player because of his eligibility around citizenship in regards to playing for us. So that's what it was.
Okay, let me look at the 40 players the way you select. Then 40 players then before the list come out, not so they all don't arrive in a camp. We may for understand say some of them be there on their way, and some of them just train a day, and then the other day the name them come out. This been look healthy around the team in selection or not?
Desmond, I don't think 4 or 5 days is enough for us to make decision around players and going into this group. I think we've already done our homework in the last how many years we come into the job. We know every player. But what we wanted to do was to see what player are right in terms of the things that we're looking for going into the competition. Okay? So because it was difficult again, people will understand that. With the regulations, the play now Usman Kake is not here. Stephen Coker is not here. He's playing today or tomorrow before he leaves. The same as Usman Kake is playing before he leaves. So you see, we have difficulties around. If we go and include this guy in the list now, weapons, then we have to change the list again, because there is the regulations say we can only change the list if we get injuries or whatever it is, but we don't know. So we have to keep our fingers crossed that these players, the way they play last minute, so nothing wrong with them, and then coming right. So again, that is all the challenges we got.
Okay, let's go to the team list. In goal, you start with Ibrahim Mohamed Kamara, and then you go with Ibrahim Cissé, and then you take Isaac Kolka. Wait to make you choose choice of keeper also.
Is why we choose them. I've got a goalkeeping coach, in that role. Even though as head coach I make the final decisions, but that's a very specialized position, and I have to be very, very honest about what the coach thinks, and he's the goalkeeping coach. So on that side of it, yes, their recommendation or his recommendations we all have to agree on. And don't forget another thing again, Desmond. Normally on a normal qualifications, I make decisions. But when it came to the Afcon now, where I think this is a Sierra Leone business, I have got another 4 staff that were added, plus my own 4. I think we all sat down together and looked at the various games and the players in the different positions, and identify what we think was better in regards to individuals in the same positions, and bring out a list that we have done that we think it's going to help us. That's what we've done.
But looking at what will be your reception with the addition of technical staff, then we join you for make able get this team together now where you don't pick so.
Also, I'm very pleased about it. Again, whether you believe it or not, Desmond, these guys are all guys that I played with my time, and guys that I've worked with at some point. And coming in to help us or coming in to work for Sierra Leone for me was very important. Again, it's not about John Keister. It's about Sierra Leone. And whatever way, little way, or whatever way they can help us as a group, I think that's what is important. And I think from when they've come in, we've all worked together. I've tried to let them understand which way we're working, and everyone has their role and responsibilities, and we work around that. I am very, very, I'm very tolerant when it comes to Sierra Leone and Sierra Leone job. Areas. So that's how we selected that going into the 40 provisional group. Okay? So when it came into the final group, we looked again at the best 2 in the positions, and that's how we've made our decisions around which players that we've gone into the group in the 28th group. Again, we looked at the white players. When we talk about the white players, we looked at Mustafa Bundu, George Davis, Buya Toure, Augustus Williams, Alassane Nkrumah, Issa Kanonda's coming now, Idris Kanu, and where else? There's a more. Okay, so when we talk about the wide areas, that's what we looked at. When we talk about the central midfield positions, we looked at John Kamara, Medo Kamara, we looked at Khalifa Jabi, Kwame Kui, Alassane Nkrumah, Saidu Fofana Okocha, Saiduba, and Diaby. That's what we looked at. When we go into the centre forward positions, we looked at Kai Kamara, Alaji Kamara, Augustine Williams, Christian Moses we brought in, and Sule Kaikai, and then we have Musa Noah Kamara Tomo. And then we had Mustafa Doumbia came in. Again, we opened the window for these guys to come in with their experience so that we can have a good look at everyone. We had him in. And obviously with Medo Kamara as well. So that's what got us to the numbers that we got in the provisional. So from that numbers, we break it down into the final squad. Now, when we looked at the final squad again, we looked at the 2 fullbacks, we look at the 2 centre backs, the 3 goalkeepers obviously are there, the 2 central defensive backs as well, and the 2 fullbacks as well that left. Okay? So now, we have to identify 6 central midfield position players. Okay? I have John Kamara, Medo Kamara, Abu Dhabi, Khalifa Jabi, Rodney Strasser, who I did mention earlier. I have them 5-6 positions for 1 central defensive position in a holding position. And I have got Saidou Ba, Saidou Fofana, Alusain Nkrumah, the twin boy, and then Kwame Kui as attacking midfield players. Okay? So from that, we've broken it down into what we think is going to work for us. Again, we looked at what is going to work for us in the 2 defensive central position of midfield, and then we've looked at the attacking side of it. Again, all this, what is it called? All this we're doing is based around what we feel the teams that we're going to work around, what players that we need that are going to work for us. Again, don't forget, another player that I forgot about was Prince Barry on the wings as well. So this is what we did, and we looked at every single one of these players around, what we feel is going to help us in terms of our approach going into these matches. Now, we chose John Kamara, Medo Kamara, Kwame Kui, and what's the other one? Saidou Fofana. We have Idris Kanu as well, obviously from Peterborough United, as part of the wings as well. So we have about 8 or 9 players playing on the wings. We have about 5 or 6 players playing up front. So now, what we looked at is, we looked at where we're going, what we're coming up against. We looked at what we feel we need that is going to help us around when we go on there in terms of approach. And then what we've done in the wings, we've gone for Mustafa Bundu. We've gone for Buya Toure. We've gone for Alassane Nkrumah. And then we've gone for Issa Kalon, who is just coming as well. You know, another thing again as well, Desmond, that we got to understand on the outside is, when we bring players in that are coming in for the first time, it means other players have to go out. We cannot overload positions around what we're trying to do. And sometimes this is why we have difficult decisions to make. But the decisions that we're making are all because of what we feel is going to work for us in terms of our tactical way, in terms of approach when we go out. So that's how we've looked at the group.
John, let me look at the defense where you've been trying to talk about how you come about selecting them players. A lot of grumbling to go around the name of Abubakar Samura, way not in at the list. And as somebody where a lot of people say don't contribute immensely, and he gets good character as a defender, as a holding midfielder. But this time around, we see and they out of the team. We're not sure to everybody go play, but a lot of people, they ask a question, say why, and then they see a player like Daniel Francis, where then they relate and to say Daniel Francis, they play now at a 4th tier in Germany, and then Abubakar Samura don't they around the team for quite a very long time. He miss out on this spot. What will lead to that?
Okay, Desmond. Remember what I said to you, and this is why I am very, very open. Let me take the sentiment out of football and the relationships and the emotions out of it. Going into qualifications, let begin alone understand. I brought Abubakar Kamara Lucio into the fold. I had 3 centre backs. One was in there, which was David Simbo. I had 2 centre backs in Omaro Zengele, Yemi Dunia, and then Abubakar Samura, 3rd centre back. Okay? Those centre backs was what I had going through qualifications. Now, after we qualified, so Abubakar Samura is a centre back. He's not only midfield player, he's not right back, he's a centre back. After we qualified, I have had 2 additional centre backs that have come into the fold and made it to 5, which is Stephen Coker, David Sisse. Now we've got Umaru Bangura, Yemi Dunia, and Abubakar Samura. Now, if I have to choose 4 out of those 5, which is going to be very, very difficult, that's where the decision came into it. If those two centre-backs hadn't come in, I still would have had Abubakar Samura in the squad. But I've had two centre-backs come in that played in Morocco, and they are playing, obviously, at a higher level, and they're better as well. So that's the fact of it. We, as coaches, there are decisions that we have to make. Sometimes they're difficult decisions, but we have to make decisions. If I was allowed to take more than 30 players, I would have said, yes, I take 5 centre-backs, but I'm not allowed to do that. So what I can take is the best out of the 5 or the 6 and work with that. You know, you could say the same thing about Ali Cissé. Ali Cissé has been around for a long time, but he's not here at this moment in time. So this is football. So when people say you leave him out, I think it's because the emotions and the sentiments are there. And I think if we can take that out, then we can understand that it's football. Stephen Coker is coming, David Cissé is coming. And I've got these two again that have been regular ahead of him. So what do I do when I need 4 out of 5?
Well, like I said earlier to you today when we get with conversation this morning, now you know the coach, now you see exactly what they happen around there. But waiting we look at, waiting lead, because the questions now what they boil around this list is that why Daniel Francis should be included in the team. As I said earlier, they play a 4th tie, and then we get Samura, and then we get other players them around. And Daniel only played in Ethiopia, and after Ethiopia he played in Morocco. But that notwithstanding, before this time he don't play 1 game for in club. Since Leone start begin column, in appearances don't go to 15 now in club. So waiting na the waiting make it so unique that in for them at this list compared to the other players that we get who can also play this position where they cover up for.
Let's be very honest again. I talk about emotions, not all emotions are. Let's take the politics out of all what they're going on. Because for me, I don't do it. Okay? I've always said when I came into this job, I will do the best for Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans, and when I'm ready, I'll leave. I don't have to compromise with what I'm calling any other person. I mentioned before that everything that we've done is around positioning. Daniel Francis plays a left back, a right back. Now, we have one right back in the whole of our national team, which is Ousmane Kake. Okay? Now, Daniel Francis is the right back. Prior to Daniel Francis coming into being as right back, there was Lamine Konneh who was the right back. So if I need 2 full backs out of the 3 that we managed to put in the 40 when we were making the decision, who are going to be the 2 full backs that we're going to put? So you want to tell me now, saying that because you bought in Papa and Minister, like everybody saying, I make a put on it, or because you Papa and Minister, I make it play in Germany, so now because of you Papa. Let's have this sentiment out of this football. There are players that I have took into the national team in the qualifiers that everybody go tell me say not fit for the national team. So why didn't people not see that ending? So why now people are saying, why did you take this boy? I took Raphael to Guinea at FC Wansin. Okay? I took Dave Janet to Guinea from Arslav. I took, what's the boy's name? I took young Ibrahim goalkeeper. Okay? That's one of the 3 goalkeepers that were taken out from Tigers and took him to Morocco. Okay? Where that was where he's made his debut. So why people are not picking on all these things? Why not this one in the pick on?
Well, you know, this is football. Everybody gets right to their own opinion. It's not really centered at you, but it's centered around the results what we want for We Nation. And it's centered around you getting waiting to bring joy come to you, that when you see your team they play, you know, say, yes, this is my team and this is what we're going to get at the end of the day. Instead of you... Desmond.
As much as I can't I think we needed to clear gray areas.
Very good. Very good. That's what I want.
Trusted me enough. If they trusted me enough to make me head coach of the national team, and I have gone on and done what we haven't done for 25 years, why can you not trust me around making decisions around players? This same Abubakar Lucio that they talk to, that is in the national team today, who brought him into the national team? How many in the last 10 years, Desmond, when I came into Sierra Leone, when I make that decision to leave England when I finished playing, to come into Sierra Leone, how many home-based players were in the national team? By the time we finished these qualifiers where we qualified, how many home-based players were in the national team? Where have these home-based players come? Who has introduced all these players into the national team? Why did people not ask questions at that time? Why are they asking questions now that we've qualified going forward?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much on this defensive side where you don't clear. Let me go to the midfield. And then look at the grey areas there. For me, what's important now the grey areas and I want to let you clear. So at the end of the day, because waiting with the preach to Sierra Leoneans and for me yesterday where you released the list is that this is the moment. It is not a moment of who is in and who is out. But this is the moment for 25 years. We've not been there. Let's give we support to Sierra Leone. Let's give we support to John. And let we go out there and see on the last day when they say the final they play, John did it with the team and then they bring we the trophy back home. But I say let's go to the midfield. We see earlier on you say any player within a club no go definitely make the squad or would not be looked at for selection. But this time around, with all due respect to Medona, we captain, now they don't pass through the youth category with Musa Kalon, and he don't render a very good service out to Saloon. But this time around, he has been out of action for 1 year. And then we see Meadow make the list of the 28 people then, and he's among the midfielders then. How you come about putting Meadow in this list where actually he has been out for action for 1 year, and we get somebody like Augustus and Cargo, we get somebody like Yemi, we get somebody like.
But Desmond, you're talking about Meadow in a central defensive position, and you met Augustus Cargo in 2 different positions in the play. Okay, so let's clear that out.
Yeah, not able to see other players them as well. We get the same capacity like we don't see the light of Rodney Strasser. We don't see the light of Samadia and host of others them as well.
Okay. Again, that clear the first one for you, Meadow. I think we as coaches, if you can tell, the one Sierra Leone national team in the last how many years that they've played, one of the most regular central midfielder on that national team day has been Meadow Camara. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. It's been the most consistent and regular midfield player on that national team day. Now, the biggest problem that we have in this national team, everybody knows that, is our midfield, where we're trying to find a really good combination that will help us in terms of going forward. Do we agree? Now, Meadow, I can accept, say yes, he's been out for a long time, in between clubs in Europe, trying to fix himself again. But sometimes, as coaches, you look at the experience and the know-how, and you look at what is required of him to take for be part of what I try to do in the short term. If I feel say in the short term, he will be able to give me what I need for that function at the midfield, going forward into the future where I can able to identify better central midfield players there, then I think that's a decision that I can make and say, okay, let me don't look at different, let us look at in record over the years and look at in fitness, in conditioning. If he's right, I say, okay, come on, help us now, going forward. Because in know-how that position there will help us in regards to depth. That was one of the reasons why we all look at and say, yes, I think to say yes, it will help us there. Because in knowledge, experience, and know-how is very, very important for us. So there is an exception sometimes to everybody in our life. There's things we go see, but you go look and say, well, because I want to achieve this in the short term, let me see what I can make. Let me make the most out of this. And I think that's what we've tried to do.
Okay, let's go to the number 2 grey area in this midfield area. We talk of Abu Dumbuya. He's never been so active in the Lions, and even as well as the national team. He's a very good guy. He get the body, he get the structure, but he's not that type where you go say, okay, this time around, now these are the kind of people we look for, looking at the tension of the competition where we go to. How come about being able to make this list?
I don't really understand how he's not been regular in the Lions. I think I don't agree with that because he's been very regular. And Abu Dhabi has been very regular in the national teams as well. So when we talk about defensive holding midfield players, for me, I think he's got the height, he's got the physique and whatever it is to play in that position alongside those other two. just in case we don't have what we think, or we need to work another way. In terms if we want 2 there or whatever it is, and we have, again, don't forget, with everything you do in football, there's injuries and sickness. So what is working, you just don't change like that. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. You don't just change like that. You
Thank
get a
you.
system with the work.
Yes, so
you stick to it.
whatever is working, you just don't change. So it's just a continuation around Diaby being in there, because he's been part of all the games that we've played, okay? And he's been playing and he's done very well. So we've kept him in there as part of that group that's done well and will do well as well, because he's been there. So he knows that. So that's why we've kept Diaby.
But let's come in again and look, Diaby and Strasser. These two people, are they not alike in their positioning?
Desmond, with all due respect, I don't want to compare players. We've made a decision on Diaby. I think it's just being professional around that. For me to come on social media and begin say, no, I take this because of that. No, I'm not going to do that. We've made the decision on Diaby because, like I said, this is what we feel at this moment in time is going to work. It's like decisions. I was in the national team at one point. They took me out to the national team. They understand I went away, worked in somewhere else, and they asked me to come back, and I came back. So that's football. So, but for me to sit here and say, oh, this better pass than the other better pass, I'll never do that.
Okay.
So I don't want to compare that.
Okay,
we
that's
just
true.
make decision on what we feel is going to work for us and has worked for us.
But the questions that are coming, they are coming around the grey areas, and these are the great concerns.
This is Desmond. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. So ask the questions.
Okay, then let's go. In this midfield area, we see say a lot of people they raise concerns. Say we get players that will come out in the region. Then now this time a particular club when a Bull Rangers will dominate the list. And before this list to come out, we still say the team manager and in fan clubs then go donate money when 100 million Leones check. So a lot of people, a school of thought they go now say this money where they go give. Now in lead for make them see the barrage of players them will come at that particular teams, the light of Saidu B and Kamara, the light of Prince Barry, and of course Musa Tombo, no question to with in charisma and everything what you get. So what it really lead about that we see youth players then come out from the south this time around, where in the history of Salone it's quite difficult for let you see them.
Desmond again. Let's try and be very realistic around whatever we do in our life. Okay? I think for me, what I find out being in Sierra Leone and working in Sierra Leone is the club element and the way the viciousness in Sierra Leone football sometimes is very sad for our football. It's very sad. You and I know, before I came into Sierra Leone and working here, you tell me, say, Edwards, allow me to get 10 players in the national team. Tell me, say, the other time.
All right. Okay. That was a marathon interview there by John Keister as Desmond. We do that interview. A very good interview, and we see say Desmond gets waiting he wants from the interview indeed, and we get waiting we want from the interview itself. So let's come to me studio guest now. Welcome to the show, Desmond.
Yeah, good evening, Maggie, and good evening, my brother and listeners around the globe. Good evening to you all, and welcome. Now we show again.
All right. So, what do you make up of this interview with John Keister? Now you do the interview. You know, yesterday I was just sitting smiling as you asked him the question because these are the questions people want to get answers for.
Well, you know, one thing I try to do first, I sound John in mind and also sound the public opinion before I can get into John. So prior to this interview, it was in the morning I sent John a message. I said, look, John, tensions are high around Sierra Leone and around the kind of players you've selected and those you've dropped, with even your life being a threat. So what lead you for let you make this kind of decision where you know, say, your life go there at the threat? I say, you know what, Desmond? Now you give me a call. So you give me a call. My phone, they record every conversation while they get with anybody in the world. So I record all the conversations. So on my way to work, I think, say, I go be so stupid on myself for playing them audios and day without asking him permission. So now I send a message to John, look, my phone record all conversation with everybody around the globe. Now I get your voice recorded in this conversation around Leone Star. Can you give me permission to play them live or you come live, can educate Sierra Leoneans and the world around Afcon selection of players. Late in the night, we prepare for get and the eve over. Now he give me a call. He said, "Are you ready?" I was like, "That's why you see the drama, of course. Voice, no voice, coming again, not coming again. Try for set up things and properly." So I've been able left the family done. I go to my boy in room. I go hang they set everything, and that then lead me to this conversation. So for me, now the opinions of people from all different social media platforms and from all radio programs around Sierra Leone, I noticed the tension be too high. And to be candid, this is not the responsibility of John. I'm saying it here. The FA might not like it, and I don't care about it. Our Sierra Leone Football Association is failing us. Woefully is failing us. You can't be going to a Nations Cup for 25 years, we've not been there, and then you not organize any official press conference with the technical team and the FA president. They engage Sierra Leoneans them on the roadmap. What have they succeeded in doing? What have they succeeded in doing yet? And waiting they go for going to Cameroon. Nothing like this has been planned. All we see on social media is faulty press release upon faulty press release, faulty name of players them, making the team look like they can cook up something. So it was on this note I said, John, you need for can set the record straight. It's not about you, it's about Sierra Leone. Come out there, tell people how it works around the whole thing. Maggie, you and I know say there's still the list from John, and break and wait, John, not even break the news set. Yeah. All the names and what we see will be there on social media, they were already out. And these names are the same names that stood in this list. So the question is, there is a rat or there is a human being in a monkey form within the technical team will behave this kind of way, make John in life, they are threat. Let alone like you, Abubakar Samura was on the list. His name was omitted because in relatives and threats, he say they will go kill John. So as a result of that, John being get for say, look, you people can't be threatening me, and then you want for go play nations.
That's na Lucio.
Yes.
Because the popular name na Lucio.
Yes. So at the end of the day, this is what led to the whole thing. But and on the other side again, John look at and say, it's about the strength and position when they get and waiting and in tactics. For me, that's what I agreed in everything he said to me. I don't want to deny him. Even if I'm coaching, the players I see every day, what I see from them is what will lead me to select those that will match my system. So I think it's on that basis selecting team, and that's how the interview come, and that's how we get what we get. And for me, I'm not happy that I've been able to squeeze John that way. I'm happy because Sierra Leoneans will be tense, where the pressure be there. Don't they get them clear now? Now they don't they digest and say, okay, this is the thing. Though yes, one or two angles, they still get concerned why Augustus know they, why the young players they know they. But going forward, Sierra Leone is bigger than those players left out.
Yeah, okay.
We just need to come now and say this is what we need. Let's go and support them.
Okay, so Jerome, like come to you. What do you think about the interview and some point the way John clear? Like Desmond always say the gray areas, like the defensive area with Daniel Francis looking at Abu Dhabi, and also up to the point of the player where they drop where everybody don't ask question for winner Augustus Cargo.
First of all, I want to tell Mr. Desmond a big thank you for waiting in time. He do a job where be say we get other journalists in our salon, wait for other big TV station there, wait for try for make this press conference happen for let it happen. When they not able to do it. I want to tell him big thank you for that day. And he touched on the SLFA. We all be don't talk and say, as for me, the SLFA, I think to be honest, the SLFA lack a little bit leadership. Because now Yanda, they no say tension they high. And now everything they go on at their fault. Everything they go on today, not their fault. The threats to John, whatever it is, the player there. And before I continue, Maggie, I want to make a statement today. Say players them, not so them for the comment if they not pick them or not, this and that. Now we the fans then are for criticize. We as fans there, now we for criticize. We John not pick players there. Now for criticize and talk whatever we want without threats. And I not go to the interview now. I listen to the interview. I think saying a good interview. John, it makes some great point them. I mean, myself, I know some players them. I don't know some players. I know have some players them. And with the selection we make, my opinion, no, I go say now in the coach, as Mr. Desmond be say, now they see the players them where they pick. Now you know the players then. So me, I go give am because you don't pick the players there. That's not the game for change. Elect we go up cannot say that's not the game for change. Don't submit the player then. We all as a Sierra Leone and get for support the team. We all as a Sierra Leone and get for cancel one and stay with the team. Now the Afcon. That's not the for change.
All right.
So where you gonna Afcon, no support him. Whatever he pick the best player them, waiting go fit him as you know as Johnson or more.
Okay. Continue for stay with we. I will come to Desmond soon, but let we just share the banner for the giveaway. We they can give the first jersey. We they give the first jersey. Remember, I said today we they give three jersey plus $50. So as a fan, you just need for be part of the draw. We they give $50 as the top prize for today as we New Year giveaway. Kudos to manager Jerome we offer that, and we they get three jerseys, so we they can do the first giveaway. All you need for do now for enter for the draw with this hashtag Max Driving Sport. We get about 12 people we don't enter for the draw, but we need more people for come on board. So if you want to be part of the draw, just make sure so you enter the hashtag, and so you go be qualified for the draw. 12 people already done they make we make them up to 20, and make sure you share the live so we go get more people will go benefit from this. That's when I should wait for the hashtag for coming. Some of the gray areas the way we not church, one na the Daniel Francis area, though John don't clear am, but a lot of people still believe say it surround politics because it related to the former chief ministers when chief minister when the minister now of foreign affairs.
Magila just clear something because you see me, I've been on the phone again.
Yes.
So somebody they listen to we program and then the person they try for Kego message we not correct. And we let for state the record straight. It's about John in repetition and we on repetition as well. So the area of Abubakar Samura, where they call Lucio, one of the reasons that we make a not day at the team, according to John in interview, he get 5 defenders then. And now 4, he need for take 4. And then finally they need the best. So as a result of that, Lucio not been did it. But in a conversation on the group where we all did, there was a message where somebody break the news. When somebody break the news, they say, Lucio is named then at the list, but they don't omit him because he threatened John. They say because they threatened John, say as a result of that, Naimek he left the list. And I get the person will break the news at the group where we did. So you were to go out now to go inform, say, and Desmond saying, I'm waiting John tell me now in our conversation, John make it clear to we all say, now on the strength base is select them. But prior to that, there is a message where I sent to John where they confirm to the person say, they say that a breaking news say Lucio is named in at the list. But as a result of because he threatened John, that's why they omit him at the list. No, that's not the fact. So you don't begin tell John that message day. We are here and we are setting the record straight. As a result of strength, that's why he was not selected. And then coming down to Daniel Francis. Of course, before this time, me and one person will be don't begin engage Daniel Francis on John on the issue of Daniel Francis. I say the reason is Daniel they play in a 4th tier. Why should he always be in the team, not giving priority to other players then? And John categorically make it clear to me, say, and to everybody, say he's a young boy, he's a good boy, and he's also according to strength. He say we get 4 right back, but at the moment, now 2 he get na the country. The other one we named Lamine also, he's not there. So that's not the reason we make it choose Daniel Francis. But at the end of the day, we team also one less here than they know. John know waiting in the sea than we all. And you see in the interview where he tried for say, let people know put this team into politics. Everybody get and say because the people get Francis' name, say in daddy related to foreign minister. I mean, no, that one they are not even know if na daddy. But like how John say, he's the one seeing the players there. And if Naim feel say this player is the one that will go give Salon what team we need, who am I for tell John say not take this player? That make this Francis in issue now be one of the gray areas that where everybody concerned about. And that's why I asked the question. And John categorically clear. And before this time, in club where they play, now one match if you don't play on a friendly. But from when he play in Ethiopia, now you don't get 15 appearance in club. So which means the access way they get at the national team, now you don't make in club get confidence for the game matches them for play. So you unforeseen that make John choose them all on political base. I can't say that. John has answered the question where we put to him. And on my own side, I know go a young boy, I know they're against Sam, and I know they're against anybody with John drop. My focus now is how can we look at what government they do for let we get huge support based on Cameroon for support with national team and let we win. That's not my focus at the moment.
All right. Keep staying with us. Let I just do the first set of giveaway for the first jersey, and then we will come back and continue with the talk. So since we don't get 20 people now for the draw, I think we will just go ahead and do the draw itself. And keep watching for your name. It's 20 people in total. So let's go. All right, Junior Lux. Now you don't be the first winner for the first jersey. We get 2 more jersey for goal plus $50. We will do last. The $50 giveaway will be last. We get 2 more jerseys. So link up with Petros when I one of the team member. We will contact you for make you receive your jersey by Tuesday after the holiday. So congratulations to you, Junior Lux. And if you didn't have the comment section, no go stay. We get 2 more jersey plus $50 for go tonight. This is the Max Tribune sports and the sports program where they bring you all the best in local and international sports. So Junior Lux, as you don't be the first winner, congratulations. So Jerome, like we want to move now from this argument about player being selected or not. Like Desmond say, let me look now into the preparation proper government and the SLFA. What do you think about the preparation so far with all the countries them now? Majority of the countries that waiting for go to the African Cup, they in camping, some they at different locations, some they inside Cameroon now, while Sierra Leone, we still in Sierra Leone, and we know that's when the team go left.
Well, we did bien. We did bien, let's be honest, we did bien. I mean, now this time here, so this 28-man list, if I don't call it long since, a little bit longer. So this team here go there, maybe now then country the way be say the temperature they hot, the hot temperature. Who say they train. Say when they ready, then go na Cameroon. But as I be say the Turkey, me for me the Turkey trip it don't make sense. The Turkey trip it don't make sense. Therefore, don't use that money there. Then spend now for go now. Maybe there's Saudi Arabia, then Qatar. Go train now a warm weather. Go get a warm weather training for let you for let the team get a good intense training. As I be watch the friendly when we play against Ulster, I be watch her. Well, the view not good, but I be watch her. I think the midfielder there, they need more preparation. There's no intensity in the midfield. The midfield not get good intensity. So I think say we need for we go say it's too late, but it's not too late again for find a better place for training player there so let them get good intensity. Otherwise, we'll go to Nations Cup. Me, I don't know.
Yeah, but bringing back Medo into the squad, Keister they say it bring Medo back because of the experience where you don't get around the squad, and I think say now one of the most consistent midfielders. That even though at the moment he unattached, what do you think about that? You feel say it will bring the intensity alongside that of John Kamara. We also done now the squad for a very long time now.
No. What would you think about an older midfielder? Older midfielder, you like for example, Medokama, they're all agey, a little bit agey. So if you go put an hold the midfielder, there's more work. More work get for the another hold the midfielder spots there. You get for get the ball from the center back there. You get for get and quick. You get for pass and quick. You get for move the ball quick. Now you get for be the conductor. Now you where you dey play six, you dey play all the midfielder. Now you not the conductor, so your energy get for be different to the other players there. You match Medukama against Frank Kessie. I mean, me know the winning him and tell and say no good whatever it is. Now a professional player, but compare Medukama with Frank Kessie where they play in back they play six. You okay? First of all, let's not go to Frank Kessie. When I watch that friendly, I think say how you call her um Banko Iba,
Yeah,
is
John.
he the when they will be done at the
John.
All Star? Yes, I think say he dominates her. He dominates Medokama around midfield. Let's be honest with
Oh,
yourself.
you talk about the Ghanaian born. That's not
Yes, yes.
Bokoi.
Yes. It dominates
What?
and an midfield league. So we be the cry along since me be the cry along since say the only two we lack from another team day now a proper defensive midfielder. We need a proper defensive midfielder. After this Nations Cup, we need for look for one because we need one for qualify for the next Nations Cup. We
All
need for
right.
look for one.
Okay, Jerome. We will continue with the show. I will ask Desmond the same question with regards preparation from the government angle to the FA angle. But bigger device increase leash. They say Daniel Cisse or Daniel Francis, which is Daniel Francis. According to the FA media department, they don't make the correction say na typographical error, but the player is Daniel Francis, not Daniel Cisse. We get David Cisse, also na a defender, we come up from England, and Daniel Francis, where they play na Germany for a fourth tier side, na the German fourth grade league. So let's come to you, Desmond. The preparation itself, with you the sense with somebody they say, oh, I can see Leo star player and they on top bike, they go so, and all that stuff. We only get a few more days to go. With first match will be on the 11th of January against Algeria.
Well, for me, to be candid, I'm disappointed with the preparation. Reason being, we find ourselves in a very tough moment around the globe now, especially with this COVID pandemic. Other nations, if you look what they do because of this COVID pandemic, then try for create a nest around the players they wouldn't get. Even we want to play home and then they want to play abroad. But we're not able to do that. What we do, we just allow we players them for come home, live their regular life as they be on the live. You come on, you go practice, you go in a nightclub, you go meet this, you go meet that. And even at the moment, we stand in a position where if we not be careful, COVID will get for me a big slap now we face. Yes, because the access of people then get to the camp and the players then. It's so clear for sure say we not manage we affairs them properly. And this is also something going forward. I think say this not been the reason we make we been the always advocate from the day we qualify, see, let them identify a camp now. We say players then will be invited, then go base day. Then they come out Europe or everywhere for good day now then train. But when then they go Turkey, the FA president in an interview where he run, he said after the game against Comoros where we lost, he and the players then get a meeting, they all come to an agreement, see, but they can't train in a salon. So when we get the news saying they can't train in a salon, we raise concern, see, where exactly in Sierra Leone are they going to practice? Where are they going to camp them? Konneh does not have proper hotel facilities. Freetown not get any pitch where you go camp the players then. So how they going to manage this COVID and everything? And you know Sierra Leoneans and love them players then. So at the end, they can't turn and say, okay, we train at salon. Who said they train? Nobody know. We just can't see them. They train at Kingdom, they train at Academy, and they train at Stadium. So then scatter, begin travel right around the country, play one or two friendlies them. So me going forward, we don't get a total wrong from day one when we qualify. Because when we qualify, we don't get a roadmap we say, this is what we got for do. And this and this and this, now so we take up. So then they inform people and then they serve as check and balance. But up to now, we not even get them. You know, and a lot of things when they hide from we the people, the way they talk, and we want to let the right thing happen. And so if you say what we talk, it could bring problem to them. Like now, so what will they talk? Of course, when I said they follow the conversation, they get barrage of calls of waiting they happen here. So we are they try for clarify issues and say waiting lead to this conversation for let John can talk waiting he talk so. And because of the tension we arise and I sound the opinions of people when we get a conversation in the morning around waiting happen where this tension and how you select players then. So people then they on the nerve now say, oh, so you drop the player because the player threatened you. But the man don't make them categorically clear in the interview say, now 5 defenders then he get. And he get for choose the best 2 day. So as a result of the best 2, he drop Abubakar Samura. And there is an audio where we get as well, where Abubakar make a statement. Yes, there is an audio where we get where Abubakar make a statement say, in brother Naim called John Keister. Say so as a result of that, Naim bring this whole mess around and in the appeal to in brother and other people that say, make this kind of thing not happen. And John knows it and threaten her. So whether I confirm or not, say in life they are threat. So as a result of that, you said in between the line, if Abubakar Samoa don't confirm say in brother called John, and then Johnny back confirm say then threaten her, then you don't see the boy in the place they waiting the kind of you mind. You know go thinking as a result of the threats make the boy not find himself there. And then now we look at what Babadi they do in fan club. Then go give money as support for the Leone star. Then we see barrage of players that will come out Nabo, where everybody they raise concerns say now as a result of that money they make them find themselves there. So you know where they go put tension because of what you know the some of you are the true we stand for and I really say nobody not get for feed me, nobody not get for do me anything. And they report the things and how are they get the information. I know they make them from anybody. Maggie, before you go, let's just read this thing, let somebody know say what they say so it is very authentic and clear as well. This now a message where somebody write that the group where we all do. You will not there, you know go know. But we know what thing they happen. They say breaking news. Leone star head coach John Keister received death threat ahead of Afcon final list players. Stay tuned. Then I've been one way the person left now the group. And then going forward, the person really give another one say breaking news. He say the following players then stand for the selected na the team list. And then so person when Abubakar Samoa and this the names then they out of the list. So what's now your conclusion from that?
That's not been the tell the tension one where a colleague journalist will send them message and a lot of other people be attack them and say they're not believer, but at the end of the day we see the reality and it come out for be the way how it been put the breaking news then. So going forward, now we listen to how some fans then being react to the release of the 28-man squad.
Rashford, CEO of the house. Well, Wanda Rashford, earlier on, the head coach of the Sierra Leone national team, John Keister, released his 28th finalist for Afcon 2022. So what's your intake about a particular list?
The list fine actually, but like we get to 30 players and they win unfortunately for the day.
What are the players, sir?
They like of Diaby and Saliba.
Why is it so, sir?
Actually, Skasa a well-experienced player. We don't play as outstanding football. We never do a for Diaby. And like of Saliba, an inexperienced player. Even though in the league they play fine, but like we never expect them to play that big tournament standings.
So how we get for it we performance into that critical group who we do so for Afcon?
Actually, performance here for very difficult. The results here for very difficult. We have to go the extra mile to sacrifice. Because a lot of money, we're gonna sacrifice. If we sacrifice, we will get the result. But if not, at the Algeria we will do them 4-5.
So what's not the encouraging words we get for tell our Daddy Leone stars?
The one I went for things for me and make the squad. They like Ren Lucio. Actually feel for her. Yes. May take courage, more games than they for make job to perseverance, more games than they for her. And when we're not fortunate, like Alassane, we're not fortunate, may keep you fit somebody, more games than they like they're young, they're 8 years, young. You know, they give the player the only one in the 14th, we don't make a squad, may go make good results to Shangolo.
Sir, now who are they talk to, sir?
We talk to Ibrahim Jerome.
when I somebody who inside football business and salon.
Well, Ibrahim Masare. Earlier on, the head coach John Keister just released in 28th finalist. So we all be wait for as a Sierra Leonean. So what's the intakes about that particular list, sir?
It's a pity for that list because I mean they expect the coach we don't coach, they don't play on the national team. I mean they expect say for do the best. But from the one where I say before I pick the team, you forget Babadi and the SLFA Secretary General, it was a sad move. You cannot expect say for Leman they play inside Italy, where they play week in, week out, they play Serie B. Like you got that kind of person there. You go call somebody who become a minister and the present government. No, it's a pity. And I believe say if I mean the coach this team, no home base, not part of the keeper them, but I don't believe say no home base for make up. Because even say if I pick Leo start team now, I go inside England, I can pick 28 Monday. What I believe say the only play from conference now, take to the Premier League. But the coach don't do young, but what we really hope for, they're going to make them go do their best. But if they not do their best, where the coach can at this country, me go back and for my own taxpayer money, because now with taxpayer money, they go waste. So it's a pity.
So Ibrahim Masare, the foreign player where at least then drop now Radis Blue. What's the encouraging words where you get for say to them, sir?
Well, me not get encouraging word for say to them because if na me born there, me hope pick me born, me I no say get for naturalize. Because Salon not to a country where if a born picky, he pray God for let it take any part in activity, sporting activity in this country. Because I mess. Salon are the only country where you go play ball, at least you go point something out. Look at them McFish, they don't understand. You get so many players where they go point out, and this also ability they play for Leone Star. So me not get encouraging word for them. The only something me go talk to them as a brother to them, at least let them take heart. But for let you drop man 1 day or seconds or 1 hour, so follow una go now a big weight safe. Somehow we not get godly heart. If you go take poison, kill yourself. Now it be say some most majority of them they get godly heart, but it's bad.
Okay, as you don't already see, we're into a critical group where we with the defending champion Nigeria, we with Ivory Coast who on a beat, and in the likes of Equatorial Guinea. So how you get for get into that particular group? Who get for the?
Me na Salon born, I don't believe say I like any country pass Salon. I don't believe say we will make up. I believe say non game we no dey win. We no dey win non game, we no dey win no game because we make na sentiment team them pick, na party team, na girlfriend team them pick. I don't believe say we will make up. And me no allow make up say because of what they do. They put cry na people like picking the eye, and that cry they will meet them picking the back.
That's not the fan stem. That's not the fan stem. Very, very interesting there. Jerome, I'm not talking from the last man we talk in statement. What do you make up of that? In don't lose confidence, though. And I believe say Salon go win any game.
Me are the big animal, no boku John Keister, no more le fan. I mean, they left John Keister. But I mean, waiting to say the last person say, you know, expecting for a win game. Me, I expecting for win game. I expecting for draw game. Game they know they win. I think there's gonna be an upset. But now the way we'll get for setup for cause the upset. Now I mean no. The 4-3-3 we need for stop the 4-3-3 and then find another solution for when I in this nature scope here so for cause an upset.
Why
we can go football per change.
Oh, okay.
Like we not get the old midfielder, the proper one for go 4-3-3 for go 2-2. We know so we'll go 4-3-3. Now counter attack we'll get for go deeper back still. And we'll get for struggle. We not get the old midfielder for that day. So
Okay.
I think there's different way they need for find a different tactics, but there's gonna be an upset.
All right. So Desmond, I think you get for can left we go continue as you want join the other side. So what thing you make up of what the fans them say and what you they expect from John. We will continue with the show next Saturday and more. Maybe we will start for them twice a week if I get time. But what you make up of the fans them statement, especially the two fans that we talk, they not even get confidence in the team anymore.
Well, for me, that confidence now try for Bill yesterday we make her bring John camp. And now something I don't encourage John over and over, say let it do. Even when they go Cameroon or before then they left, let it engage the media, let it clear out so many things them around. And also, not only about John, but the FA president also need for come and talk to Sierra Leoneans then. He's heading Let them left for big time, say power papas then go to president, for let president go beat the players and farewell, or president get for talk. You are the FA of president of Salon Football Association. You message alone to Sierra Leoneans and can cool the nerves and where they around this selection of players the way they go. So there is need for make them engage the media, make them engage with the people, them, make them talk to Sierra Leoneans, them, and the people that way hot at the moment, I can understand. When we been get to war, when it done, the only thing we keep we back together in football. And football don't become now like a Bible or Quran and Salon. So that's why I understand why people they act this way. But me no say the kind Salon was Sabi, nobody will attack John on the street, and nobody will go to your house for telling any kind of thing. People might write and will say things, but that will not change the person where it don't be. So me just encourage the fans. I'm not gonna say I condemn what they say, now their opinion. And when you can't say anything, you get for say responsible. Because at the end of the day, there is a law also we go make them fair.
Exactly.
You say.
And with the threatening where John don't they get with life and all.
Yeah, so if you come here, you want to say something, say responsible at the end of the day, we not go find yourself in a complicated situation. But going forward, this is the moment where we turn to the FA and government and say, look, 25 years we've not been there. What can we do now? Can we get Sierra Leoneans there? Can we really go sell Salon? Because this Nations Cup is not just about the national team going to participate, but local authorities as well, so both for benefit from this. How are they going to benefit? Through tourism. We forget we own Butiana, where we sell Salon.
But and we fans them. We've countries that go with 1,200, 300 fans. We the rumor. I know they confirm. We the rumors and 15 fans them that they pay for good support.
Yeah.
Rumor,
So it's yes, Mr. Bayeda, same thing. So you go Algeria they go with 16,000 supporters. And we are talking about in the room on say we'll go 20. Are we serious? Are we that kind of footballing nation where somebody say they will attack the coach in the streets where they go 20 supporters? So we need for rethink we energy use our work. We energy now is that we put the energy to government and the FA, make them do the right thing. Let them talk to the public. Let them engage with the Sierra Leoneans then. These guys should not just go tell president goodbye. The president is part of Sierra Leone. He's not the only man that runs Sierra Leone. Now we vote him in. So if this team is going, they should engage us. That's why the media is there. Let them talk to us. Let we listen to them. I feel going forward, that's what I expect. But
all right, thank you.
I'm very optimistic about our performance. And I know say yes, we're not just to go win one game day. We are going further.
Okay, thank you for joining us today, Desmond. We will continue with the show. I know Satan will catch you on the other side. But hopefully we will get you back inside the show. Thanks for joining us. That's now Desmond Paine, one of the men that was so get interest in football, and they support, they talk, and also they give sponsorship to people the way they play football, both male and female, especially the women footballers them. So as still there with Jerome now the show, we go continue. Keep sharing the live and like, follow the page. We're there on Instagram, we're there on Facebook, of course on Twitter and on YouTube as Max Tribune Sports, and also on LinkedIn and all, even on TikTok we did it. So just follow it so yourself will be part of the family. This is a family as well. We will continue with the show. We can do the second draw for the other Jazzy, and then we will move on. Let us see how many people don't enter for the draw. We get about 21 people. So what you need for do now, make sure say you send your hashtag to you send the correct hashtag so you go able for win the second jersey. We get 2 more jersey for go plus $50. So hashtag Max Sports. I change them because we don't want to forget mix up. Hashtag Max Sports and then enter for the draw. We get 21 people now on the dashboard. When you send your hashtag, then we go do the draw. Let we continue with the show. Jerome, so they wait for the hashtag. Then waiting. You expect from the team itself now that they don't select them. Everything don't clear now, and John Keister don't make a statement. Fans them don't they rally behind the team, and up to now we never forget a date where they will say where we do a press conference for talk to the nation or whatsoever. Waiting you they expect.
Well, as Mr. Desmond be say, I really expect the coach, the SLF, and everybody for bringing cohesion within the team, for connect the player and the fans then together, so they will get that connection as a team. So the fans then go they behind the players then, because whosoever you go, the fans can force. if if you can't, if there's no way you will connect the fans to the player, then the player ain't get that, they ain't get the confidence if the fans don't support them. However, they go play, say they ain't get the confidence. So I think say the coach and the SLFA team need for try for bring cohesion within between the fans and the players them, because right now everybody they everybody in brain they in like a different spin, everybody the different side. So this now one of the things where they need for do, put the
Okay.
fans and the players then together.
All right, we don't get about 35 people now. We don't enter for the second Jazzy and we they do the draw. Here we go. So watch for your name, and maybe you go be the next lucky winner. But as it gonna be, please follow this page, yeah, and share this live, like and comment as well, and we will show them up. Oh, this is fantastic! I don't know if like the Bunduka this last week if you miss out, today don't be a winner. Kelvin JT Bunduka.
Yes.
I'm not discouraged because we every week we can give one Jazzy, but because of New Year, we decided for get three today, so you can be the next winner for next week if you know win today, and we still get one more Jazzy for go. Congratulations, Kelvin. One of the team member winner Petros go get on to you for making ensure say you get you Jazzy. We still get one more Jazzy plus $50 where we go give later on na the show as we they continue. This na the Max Gravin Sports, and we want for make sure say we give una we own New Year gift, and that's we they do so. We will continue, and now let we go through to we players them where they select the goalkeepers. Jerome, what do you think about the three goalkeepers? Mohamed, Ibrahim, and Isaac.
Well, I know say na that goalkeeper in get for pick, because when them they go through the Nations Cup qualifier, na the same goalkeeper and they be choose. So it's good that they keep the belief in them, they keep them at the team, which is good for the team.
And to the defensive area when I did get one or two questions, some confusion. Let me say get the but because I don't get consent from Lucio, I don't go play audio, but I get the audio side the confirm say yes indeed. Now because one of your family member gets into argument or whatsoever with John and issues come
Mhm.
up. So what's in you think about the defense?
Um, the defense, me, I no get problem with that, except for that one player who the talk about when I'm Francis, who everybody we sabi and people always sabi, and me I not sabi. They say na mister and this and that. But the coach get in your reason, you want make it pick him for Canada team. You get in reason, you want make it think say that player go be better for in plan we get for execute. So also I may get problem the most. Now the midfielder they may get problem the most. I been dey
Okay.
talk am before, I still dey talk am now, I dey talk am again, I go talk am again and again. The midfield na dem may get problem, because if you not get good midfield, you no able compete with the rest there. If you check the lack of Algeria at the midfield, you go say you know sabi the whole. But na player the way they play. They play very well. If you check the lack of Ivory Coast their midfield, they're all most of them they leak to big club right now. We and some of they never transfer to big club there, and then they play they're all a machine. So you
Okay.
compare it to midfield, I think it's gonna be a lot of problems at the
All
midfield.
right. Okay. So what about the attacking area? The
They're
forwards.
attacking okay. Only Augustine Cabo, no Dede, which I was kind of surprised. I mean, but as I said, the coach getting easy. I make he pick some of them
So so
players and
so so who that you think say therefore be Dugopian and for Augustus in that setup? I know it's a tough question.
well, if you think about game and consistency, you know, no offense, I think they for do a booyah for if we think about that. because we are not getting much game time in club, and it be then injury time. But you
Yeah,
know,
but Buya na the social media king. So you you for me see your kids that into hot waters. But yeah, I think that's a fact. If you look at about games consistency for the season, and with regards that Buya will get injury for over half of the season where they at China for this year.
yes.
Last year because we're in New Year now, and now coming back into the game. If you check assist and goals, get much. And then looking at Augustus, where they play regularly, I think that's not a plus. But
Hold on,
now social media,
we not gonna still do up Buya though. We can still
yeah,
do up Bundu. We
yeah,
can still
Bundu
do up
also,
Bundu
yeah. But
because
again, you can say Bundu gets consistency, even though it informed drop, but it play week in week out. So we will
yes.
continue with the show because now let them blog and they can beat me now. And wait till they talk.
But now the two top one and Andy, now the two top
Yeah,
one and Andy.
yeah,
So
exactly. And somebody they say Musa to the last fan we talk, he say Musa if not in Musa to no for the team. No sorry, not Musa to but no home base. We mean say Musa to Musa no for the but you know think say it deserve him because in at the local league top scorer with 9 goals.
Maggie me at the talk for all their home base player then. I think say they deserve this moment here so they go na the Nations Cup.
Yeah.
Now yeah, na two Nations Cup Nigerian players them where they play home base, what they call before. Now two Nations Cup they get teams that where they watch them. And it good for them most of we home base player then go na Nations Cup. Let them go fleece their talent, let people then see their talent.
Oh,
Their talents are hidden because scouts and they can salon for can scout to players then. So it's a good thing for let them go now in Nations Cup. The
all
few
right.
that when they don't call, let them go make that as an opportunity we don't get in chance. For play, let them make as opportunity for go a step forward now in career.
All right. Let me take some African Cup of Nations news. Latest news: Gambia cancel African Cup of Nations prep game due to COVID cases in squad. We get to expect that because of the current COVID where they spread like fire. Frustrating evening for Dennis after Afcon withdrawal as Watford lose to Spurs, where they say this is one of the players that will be get issue now the Nigeria squad and they want to go but in club all and back. 5-star Indomitable Lions with preparation. Malawi defeat Comoros in a friendly unveil final Total Energies Afcon squad. Well, after we then don't beat Comoros, now they unveil their squad. So not to Salon no more being late. Adama Traore could solve Liverpool Afcon a deck for £18 million. Star strikers should enable host Cameroon to top Group A. That they talk about the Cameroonian players. I write criticize disrespectful and racist Afcon coverage. We go come to that dish for listening waiting he say interim Nigeria boss reveal Watford threatens Dennis to withdraw from Afcon 2021 squad. Western media coverage is grossly disrespectful to African Cup of Nations. These are the latest about the news that they get 3 AC Milan players called up for the African Cup of Nations. Edu must eye £17.2 million plan to fill Thomas Partey's shoe against Liverpool after Afcon departure. Every single EFL player heading to Afcon along with Mohamed Salah and Riyad Mahrez. Let me just go through this article where news now they say just for let you know the players there where they head into the AFCON from the African Cup of Nations where say you get the likes of Mane, then are the top players the way you expect the Mane, the Mahrez, you also get Mo Salah and all. So these are the players where you for expect for head to the AFCON from them clubs. Their men forward Chia will be part of Morocco squad as he looks to add to his 7 caps. And the 1976 winners begin their campaign on January 10 against Ghana. Goalkeeper Ding 27 made his international debut back in March. His country for Zimbabwe in their opener. So you get lots of players there where get to go to the Afcon, but inside list of EFA player heading to African Cup of Nations for Cameroon, you get James Lee, Silky of Middlesbrough, the Gambia, Ibu Toure, Salford City, Ibu Adams of Forest Green Rovers, that now for the Gambia. For Ghana, the players that they left England for go, you get Joseph Wallacott, Swindon Town, and the Yadom of Reading, and Baba Abdul Rahman of Reading also. And inside Guinea-Bissau squad, you get one winner, Panuche Kamara from Plymouth, where also they go. For Ivory Coast, that not the EFL, not to the Premier League. You get Jean Michael Seri, and for Morocco, you get Chia for QPR, and Nigeria, Ajayi for West Brom. Senegal, you get Seni Dane of QPR, and for Sierra Leone from the EFL, you get Usman Kake QPR, Idris Kanu, Peterborough, and Sule Kaikai for Wycombe. For Tunisia, you get Mohamed Diaga of Nottingham Forest, and for Zimbabwe, you get Jordan Zemura of Bournemouth, and you get Admiral Muskwe of Luton Orient. So these are the players. So we don't do the one for the Premier League. The player that we get for left for go from the Premier League earlier on. While should they continue, don't listen to anything I and Right Binger for say about the issue with clubs stopping them players and for go for the Nations Cup with threats and all with the racist coverage because they think say the Premier League or the other leagues are more important than the African Cup.
Just got a little something on my chest. I got to ask some people out there. Is there ever a tournament more disrespected than the African Cup of Nations? There's no greater honour, none, as a sports person, than representing your country. The coverage is completely tinged with racism, completely tinged. We played our Euros across 10 countries in the middle of a pandemic, and there's no issue at all. But Cameroon, a single country hosting a tournament, is a problem. You're getting journalists asking players, players getting asked if they will be honouring the call-ups for their national teams, if they will be honouring. Imagine if that was an English player representing the Three Lions. Have you ever heard anybody asking an English player if will he be honouring the call-up? Can you imagine the furore? Loads of the best players in Europe right now are African. And if we love them at club level, why can't we love them at international level like their counterparts from across the globe? Why can't we? Why is this tournament constantly getting so much flack? I've got to say shout out to the countries that have qualified, the players like Sebastian Haller, who are taking a stand against the media backlash. The media, plus Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira coming out and speaking about this. And this is, again, why it's important that you do have a black manager who can let people understand where his roots are and how important this tournament is for African people. The shaming has gone on for too long. I just want to wish Cameroon all the success with hosting this tournament. And like I say to the players, all the very, very best to you and the fans.
All right, that's not I am right. You know, it gets some facts of the thing that we say indeed, because it's like people they disrespect the continent biggest football showpiece just because they want for let players and stay back and play competition. And so I don't put the new hashtag for the third jersey. You go hashtag Leone Stars for enter the draw. Hashtag Leone Stars for enter the draw for the other set of jersey, the last jersey, and we go do the last draw for the $50 after the jersey. Jerome, what do you think about what I right say in this in this concept of players like Dennis now they understand say then threaten them that the Watford side not for go to the African Cup of Nations for them withdraw.
Not so, only Dennis. Again, teammates too, the defender, the centre back, the all two that I'm Trust Econ. We are the vice captain as well now, Nigeria. They not let them go now the Nations Cup. But when this rumor begin about clubs and not letting them play and go, I make this same statement. The Euros, if they play with the pandemic, be they high. If they high and fly everywhere, then they're gonna different nations there, Italy, Spain, and England. and some neighboring country there for play the Euros. They know once for think about coronavirus and stuff like that. They treat them well. So why now when African Nations Cup one come, every club they make excuses and stuff like that. They ask them players there if they go or not. I mean, I even see a Sylvester Hella in and comments. I support her for that commentary. I'm glad for her for that commentary. But really, this now racism in disguise. Now they do racism in disguise. But because then me just want let them go na African Nations Cup and go cover that competition day. They just need for go and go cover the competition and then
Okay.
see how it feels.
Yeah,
See
but
how it is.
even the World Cup where Africa be host, a lot of people get the perception when we don't meet, they say now one of the best World Cup. They know what Africa can do. Then just one for be make sure so they play and then stay back, not for losing position them. But let me take another soundbite from the player, one of the player they will end up in the Leone Star squad, waiting himself been get for say when Alice say after where them drop am from the squad. Wait for I think we dey get an issue with that particular one day with Alice say we dey get issue with Alice say in sound bite. We're not able for player. But moving forward, um, so let me look at the strikers them now. Some highlights of them where they been get during the play time them for the clubs. Then the different strikers them inside this season, and we see players like Mustafa Bundu where it is so active. Over the last two seasons, and one of the players the way Sierra Leone up to because he comes from the rank of the Bellamy Academy Usai he comes from the rank of the Bellamy Academy. Usai he gets in, like in junior career and one of the successful players them we come from that academy, including the Rodney Michael Jr., the Umo Samoa and all. But in out of the all now, in don't break through for play to the level of the national team, Jerome.
Um, it good for him because I've been already this before. But like this is what I was saying. Like when somebody getting a chance, take your chance. When they give you chance, take hold your chance, and then move with them. But I mean, right now, another inform we go see. But maybe when he kind of a national team, he go dey inform for score for week goals because we get for the in need of all we strikers there. They all we get
Okay.
for the we get for the in need of them all. So
Okay.
uh,
Yeah, so one of what striker also we do so well in competition for in club Randers this season. Now Alhaji Kama, one of the top strikers for Sierra Leone, even they play at the Europa Conference League. One of the top competitions after the Champions League, the Europa League, now the third league now Europe,
the
now the
third one,
Conference
yes.
League. So now I like the show now. Adriano, he get the strength, he get this the ability now attack away. He can score at any time and he can bully defenders. Them.
Um, yes, I be for his sake, I be dey watch the Europa Conference League because I already watch her. Obviously, the team the other day, but for his sake, I be the watch her. They play really well. The move the way they the space the way they create for scoring goals them back really great. It go be really helpful for we attacking midfield like that. They just need for create no more the chances there for her in a creative space. For me, now I'm one let it start at the top. I mean, we obviously know say they get for player wide or get for start at the bench. But for me, my opinion, I think say it for start because it they create space again where they create space for let it score in goal.
Okay. All right. That's now Andriano, one of the fantastic striker there for Salon. Now come to the country's best country striker, Musa Tomo. Country best. Look at his highlight. Just look at it. Look at the ball. The man scored like any European footballer. What do you think about country best? The
Well,
fans' favorite.
country best, it need for go now. And if I go prove her now, outside they get a real official turf, official grass. And if I go to play the ball, but if they run away from the, if they run away. But now, and if I go there now, I mean, hopefully, me, I they play let them get a chance. I they play let
Okay,
them
so
give every home base player them chance. Let them
all
play.
right. So
Let them
with
get them a
Buya
chance. Let
now,
them
we
play.
got Buya on the dashboard. Buya also come into the squad again after a very long time with injury and coming back into the squad.
As I say no more, but it just come up from injury. And we not get for players, so we not get for the player full 90 minutes every single time. We get for the changer, so you go to get fitness and get used to her. I believe say now this make up be the same if we don't want to warm weather training for training player there so then we'll get good fitness.
All right. So now we get the king of all, Kai Kamara, the man we put the country in the Nations Cup. You're not the all, but then scored the decisive penalty. Kudos to him for the because some player can miss. Asamoah Gyan missed the opportunity for Ghana in the World Cup with the penalty for taking them
Uh-huh.
to semi-final. But with Kai, he put himself together and make sure say he shows say in are the most mature player in that particular match and fire the team to the Afcon. So what do you think about Kai experience? Though you know from I think about 2 months ago in contract we don't done with in team na Finland or whatsoever or the
Yeah,
day off season, but you know they play, but he come back and be the train with the team.
yeah. Um, he we just have a play to his strength. Play to his strength. Play the ball up for her. He not get the pace anymore. But if you get on the ball, obviously they score. But you get for play to his strength for play the ball. When you get the ball, you put her for her up. The head and go inside. But not
Oh,
play the ball for her run, for let do counter attack. If you do counter attack with Kakamana at the attack, I not think I don't know how goal they go because it not fast. It not fast for let's
okay.
score.
All right, so now another player also where they play na USA and then at the MLS, but if you don't go to San Diego on loan, na
Hmm.
Augustine Williams we make the cut. One of the players also we play the Benin match and don't play few matches for Sierra Leone. What do you think about himself also na another prolific striker?
Yes, if they play at the MLS, I think it was last season, then I breakout season where they play. I mean, if they get some minutes, if they play really, really well, I was surprised that they loaner this season also. But outside the loaner, they play really well too. They play nice. They get for be helpful for winner the wing. They get for be
Oh,
really helpful for winner that side because they get the pace.
all right. So now to Suleiman B. Kaikai, one of the other players then where we can call Sule Kaikai. They play na England. One of the players and also we been so instrumental for we during the few matches that we play and also in the friendlies where we play against Gambia, um, Morocco and South Sudan. What do you think about
Mhm.
Sule Kaikai inclusion in the squad and what if he say will bring into the squad?
I think they go bring calm pace. They go bring calm technicality with the ball. And as you see now the video, you dey see in pace, in technicality with the ball, we hold the ball in vision. So I think it get for Apple too. It get for Kakama greatly too with considering to let Kakama receive the ball. So I think na a great addition.
All right. That's now waiting we get for say about to strikers and week in week out we go look at with other players and highlight like the defensive area and the other side. It will be difficult to get home base highlight. If we Musa Tumbo we get for shot a lot because we know they get better. Waiting self now look structure. We don't take a long now the program. We will do a second giveaway now and come back to the program and say bye bye for today. So if you did now, you did follow we just continue for put you hashtag Leon Stars. Leon Stars are the third hashtag for the third vest giveaway. The third jazzy way with the can give. Just hashtag them and then we will come and do it. We don't get 27 people will enter for the hashtag Leon Stars and hopefully we go do the draw. Keep sending your hashtag as we get one more jersey plus $50. So the $50 will be the last giveaway. But hashtag to Leon Stars now and win the other set of jersey inside the show. Make a good a small time as I will read through some messages that we don't come in so far, and then we will go and do the draw. This one from German Balak, they say, look, Kista Bawena Salon can make with a gentry. Now, I do not, okay, German Balak, I think that's one. So, Ash, let me take from Esther. Wow, this area of Bo Rangers players appear in more than every club home base is trending around. Good, you mentioned that, Desmond. Another one, they say, let us stop asking the coach, let us put hands and support our team. No, I don't think say as I need to everybody they do another world, even England, Spain, Germany. When you set up a team, as long as again national interest, people, journalists, fans will ask you questions. And the coach for ready for answer as long as he knows what he do transparent. Kista left Oledori and Safulia. Jaman Balak, happy at all. Let's respect the coach office, please. We know we all have the players we desire, but the deed has been done and give the coach a support to achieve. Yes, for real, but we just get for talk because now we work, we get for ask questions as well. For make sure say everything clear. If Kista not been talk, you're not gonna say issue be there between Lucio and family or Lucio not being in list audio. So we declare the year small before the team go. Players to watch Prince Barry and Musa Tombo. Another one they say it again this one, they are really failing us. No press conference is too bad for Sierra Leone. That from Dimitrios and Shebora Kamara said John Keister, we are not happy that you let my player Augustus Cargo that's exactly Desmond. The list has been out before revealing it official. That bring up the curiosity of people. Fact, yeah. The list below every reach calf before they reveal an salon. That waiting we all be know. So where Bele don't well, go ask Amos once again. If the coach don't call in squad, make we accept and support them because the deal have been done. Okay, we know they're against the coach. We don't got 41 people for the draw. Let we go now and take the draw for the last jersey. We'll come back and do the other draw. Watch for your names and see if you're not the lucky winner. Yeah. Just watch for your name and see if you will be the lucky winner. It's Musa Blah. Musa Blah is the lucky winner for the third jersey. So we get Musa Blah winner, the lucky winner for the third jersey. Congratulations, Musa, and keep watching the show, keep sharing. The next draw will be the last draw, will be the $50 way manager Jerome give today for the fans there. The followers of this page, please share with page, follow, comment, and like, and also our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to them as they bring you real-time news of sports around Salon and across the world. We will continue with the show, and quick one, Jerome. If you go pick the first 11, who that you go put another team there?
Well, I go to Mohammed as the goalkeeper, and I go Tina at the back. I go Tina at the back. So I go with Omar Zingele, and I go with Christian Coker, and then I go with I go with Yemi Dunia for playing for play Tina at the back. And I go use me two wing and wide back there, full back there with it, and then we play two only midfielder. Where Medo Kama they play since they get experience, and then Saidu don't be at they still stand at the back, and then Alassane they play attacking wide, and now the two wing back there, Kwame Kui they play at the left, and then Usman Kake they play at the right, and they'll play two striker, Kakama and Buya Toure.
Okay, all right. So you think say with that formation they were able to dominate Algeria, Ivory Coast, and Equatorial Guinea?
Yes, because we can counter attack for them. We can't play 4-3-3 against Ivory Coast and Algeria there. They kill we.
Okay, that's now your
Truly.
point of view. So
Yes.
as we move on, we will take some international sport news with the transfer window will open. But the last hashtag for the $50 na Afcon 2022. Afcon 2022. So make you hashtag and send them, and quick one we will round up and do the last draw. But let me take some international sport news. We're going for do with football, especially the transfer. I'm Jerome. What's the latest inside the international before I pop up the screen?
Well, considering Lukaku yesterday in statements when we make yesterday, Chelsea then they sell her in a market for, this January. But Tuchel say he get forget the conversation with Lukaku, and Lukaku get for be available tomorrow against Liverpool. And Arsenal then they look for get a striker. Then in the market for a striker. Then Aubameyang they want to let go. Likewise, Barcelona they interested in signing Aubameyang because they look for a striker where they get for free. And Newcastle United they're in a match for complete Trippier from Atletico Madrid for sign and they're in a discussion with Ajax for Tagliafico, and then also in a discussion with Jesse Lingard for sign with a huge contract alongside Aaron Ramsey and Anthony Martial. Because they're going to spend a lot of money this January for let them stay up. So they're ready
Okay.
for spend that money. Day.
All
So
right.
right
So quick
now, I mean,
one.
at the top list, then this one gets.
All right, so quick one. I will go through the paper talk. Tottenham are lining up a shock move for Atletico Madrid and France forward Antoine Griezmann, according to a report in Spain, and could have him for around £40 million. This one say hotel room in Qatar for 2022 World Cup finals are almost sold out, leading to significant concerns about the lack of accommodations for November's tournament. Tottenham could secure Juventus star Dijan in a swap deal involving midfielder Giovanni Lo Celso. And this other one for Aspilicueta, they say plans to build a new seven bedroom house. Okay, that's not a good one. Tottenham are ready to make lucrative offer for AC Milan midfielder Frank Kessie, who will be free to negotiate with clubs outside Italy on Saturday. Newcastle are reportedly growing in confidence that they can sign Kieran Trippier from Atletico Madrid to become their first signing of the January transfer window. Manchester United are reportedly willing to pay River Plate striker Julian Alvarez £17 million release clause. Liverpool have been urged to sign Leeds United star Rafinha as cover for Mo Salah and Sadio Mane. Bakary Sako has revealed he's trying to persuade Emery Aubameyang to rejoin Saint Etienne. Juventus defender uh, Magdalene is the priority signing for Barcelona boss Xavi in January. And inside the Daily Mirror, Inter Milan altars have unveiled banners telling Romelu Lukaku they do not want him back at the club because he ran away last summer to take Chelsea riches. Yes, I saw that banner as well. As fans them go put the banner at the stadium and say they don't want the player, even though he don't say sorry to them. Manchester City have given youngster Jaden Brav the green light to seek a permanent exit from the club in January. And Ansley Maitland-Niles is set to have talks on his Arsenal future next week. Roma are interested in a potential loan deal in January with an option to make it permanent, but nothing has been agreed with the Serie A club. Manchester United are in pole position to sign Marcel Ace Boubacar Kamara, according to report. And the Daily Star, they say Arsenal are in talks with Leone over a move for £38 million rated midfielder Bruno Guimaraes, a key target for the club technical director Idu. Kylian Mbappe has decided to postpone his talk to join Real Madrid until next summer in a bid to show respect to his current club Paris Saint-Germain. And Manchester United have been warned the situation could turn ugly if a deal cannot be found for Anthony Martial to leave the club on loan in January with Sevilla, his favoured destination. Manchester United and Manchester City dealt blow as Real Madrid are leading contenders to sign Erling Haaland. And the last one I would take, they say Newcastle could be forced to pay huge wages to Barcelona winger Ousmane Dembele if they are to lure him to St. James Park in January. So these are the few international who will take us to the country for round up Jerome. What do you think about the news there, especially with the one with Lukaku? Don't think I say sorry to the fans, but they go put banner say they don't need them again na the club because he run away from them and go to Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, even Inter Milan, they're not getting the money set for Bayern back again because now 130 million and Chelsea spent for Bayern, so they're not getting money back for Bayern. The only club who go take an at Tottenham because Conte left him, so Conte go and take him, but now only if Harry Kane left. If I not see Harry Kane for left Tottenham again, in time don't pass, in chance don't done. The other news is that yes, Sevilla and Atletico and Anthony Martial. Now Sevilla wants Anthony Martial on loan because they're not getting money for Bar. Anthony Martial, the money where United want are 40 million they want for for him, but Sevilla no one buy him. So they go on loan, but they want money. United want money for the Sevilla loan him. Um, for the Dembele one, yes, Newcastle they're interested. They want him because Dembele not sign contract with Barcelona. He not sign new contract. So they want him, and Newcastle ready for gear huge money if you're ready for join them.
Okay. So with also Arsenal and Manchester United, and also Liverpool trying for beef up their squad, so they will get replacement in the time where Mane and Salah go absent. You think that the right option and they look for so with the players that they go after?
Um, I to be honest, I don't think Liverpool is sign player this summer. If they do, na loan they loaner. But I don't think that they sign player this summer. I mean this January, I don't think that they sign player. They sign player, but na inside January, na inside summer. Right now, which now the main target that they try for let Mo Salah sign new contract. Now the main target right now. And Mo Salah they not upset her. So they left her like donations because they upset her and they not for sign. So I don't think they're looking for option. They look for option, but na Adama Traore. But that in inside summer, now they for do that delay. Even
Yeah,
Wolves no one sell.
because they want time for replace Salah now and Mane,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
all the same, that's not some of the news the way we get for now. We will come now and take the last draw, and then we go round up. Keep sending your hashtag, but the main thing is follow the page, share, and invite your friends so this page will grow as well. Every Saturday we dey bring this show, but because of the Nations Cup, we might get another edition that they will look at maybe twice a week if I get time indeed. But my best time for doing now on Saturdays evening. But this we always they bring you real time news on the page about sport, especially news about Sierra Leone athletes, them players, footballer, volleyballers, any sport we can bring and come to you now with page. Keep sending the hashtag. Let we look at the last giveaway and then we go come and say bye bye for today. We don't get 38 people where don't send the hashtag. So if you're out there now, you get the opportunity to send hashtag to Afcon 2022 and be part of the lucky winner for the $50. It's the star prize for today. As we happy new year to all we lovely follower. I would have go be the follower we going. Already we don't get Locke Junior, Kevin JT Bunduka, and Musa Bla. We don't win Jazzy. So who that will win the $50 now? That's not a big question. We keep on looking at some message. You can't stop people from their opinion. All we need from Keister now is good result, likes of Strasser, Lucio, Alusan, and Christian Moses. I believe Keister know best. By dropping them, let's encourage the young lads that have the color. Yes, Jerome, the issue of Christian Moses, one of a fantastic striker also this season. He did extremely well. He played influential role for move in team from the second tier, that is second league, like where it was a championship in England, and move them to the top level of the Swedish league. Where next season, Christian Moses and team will begin for play the top league in Sweden. They don't promote. It gets a drop from the Leone squad, and he gets goals and assists to tally this season. What do you think about that?
Well, as I be saying no more, we not get nothing for do. We not able to nothing again. The thing don't go do. It don't go through now. I mean, these are things that, to be honest, I don't think they assess them players. Them players there. So I think the stress just come and they just do their job no more what they for do best for let them pick them player that's they are so in a rush. I think that's what they did. But I don't think they assess the player there before they pick the player there. Because now one of the things that is will make me go like I think about I say I just shake me. They're not assess the players there. They just pick no more. The one will be say yes. They know best and then they pick her.
All right. So we don't have 42 people for the draw. Keep sending. Omar could take them to 100, and then we do the draw because we want to give everybody chance. Now the comment section hashtag Afcon 2022. $50. That's a big boss for you for start the year. I know the general get 52 days. So if you win now, you will manage and patch and small. Abraham Lamin, we don't know to that the captain. As of now, we know Zengele our captain, but they not announced Summit as the captain actually. But we see one list will go around as the squad number, the jersey number for the players there, but we not see any captain it. So there we go. This one they say go Leon Stars, and another person here they say who is the team captain? Well, like I said, we not get any captain it as of now. So Esther, they say exactly that's why we need to engage every platform because we lost. Let lost together, and if we win, we will win together. Let's just say things responsibly, please, to our darling Leon Star. Thank you, Esther, for that. Esther so active now the comment section. So we still wait for more people for the draw, but Jerome, anything you get for say again about the Nations Cup with regards fans going to Cameroon, the players themselves, and the coaching staff, and also any other thing about football or sport you want to say? Like, why should we wait for the people for comment and send the ask?
What more I say to the fans there is that I think I just want to give a little piece of advice. Let support the team as it is. We all where the squad not be come out, we all be the cry say where the squad, let them pull her, why they take for pull her. And then when them pull her now and then we vex. Before the squad they come out, me say elect na any kind player them put let them put them. I don't care again. But let we go now, let we go support the team. Let us stop for say now they not pick it down, they not pick it down, they not pick it down. Now 28 man, some man they get for left, some man they get for stay. When England be they pick their team before, they not be they consider Grealish. All English fans they all live vex. They not put Grealish, they not put down the sometimes the best get for left, sometimes the best get for and go. That's how it is. So let support the team. Let only behind the team. Now best get for give them the confidence. Nobody not gonna forget them the confidence again. When they go Cameroon, no Cameroon and they not gonna forget them the confidence. When they go other side, nobody not gonna forget them the confidence. No one not gonna for support there. Now we get for support there. Now we get for the behind them back. So Lord not say because you hate that player they then pick and so you know go like am forever again. No support Salone for Salone. No not support Salone for player because Salone big pass everybody and every player with wear that green, white, and blue shirts. Now this make for say no more today.
Okay. So in terms of Daniel Francis, now footballer, whether in Papa na minister or not, now at the end of the day, na footballer. So we just have to accept they don't pick her any they play. honestly, they play. I check in bio and in Wikipedia and all from in club websites where they state say they don't play about 600 plus minutes this season. That is they get playing time. And like Desmond said before he left, he don't get more playing time since he began play for Leone. I know to enforce them this I don't call him. He play by the Ethiopia game and he play one or other game more. So it's not new into the squad anymore. They play just that, the name, bring confusion first, then put Daniel JT Cisse, way later then change him to Francis, but in real name not Daniel Francis. What we understand have been mistake according to the FA, typographical error where there be mistake with his name. So as we wait for the draw, let us just do them now. Let we just go because we don't take time now. Yeah. I don't know if we go through all the waiting stuff there. So here we go for the last draw of the day. Okay, so that's not the lucky winner for the $50 per Brahma Songo Cabo. Per Brahma na in win the $50. Jerome, per Brahma in name longo, but I don't like that.
Let us contact Petros no more.
Yeah, I think all the winners for contact Petros, and you will get you prize where you win today. We have a wish you all happy new year. And please, this is a new year Apple for push this page go before and this particular sport forum. We dey bring sport news to you every day, but every weekend we dey come on live for bring you real-time information. And the giveaway not stop here. We know we'll give money in every giveaway, but intermittently we go to Bianca. But every week we dey give jersey. Might be Leicester jersey or Premier League or La Liga jersey of your choice. But for now, because of the Nations Cup, now Salon jersey we dey give. After that, after Nations Cup, the other jersey then will be European jersey of your choice. Your team will you support. For now, we just make it like that. Next week also we'll go there and we'll go make sure say we give the lucky winner a jersey. We want for telling plenty. Thank you well una join with today. Jerome, as we dey go, what thing will be your final message to we follow us?
I just want to wish everybody a peaceful, happy new year again. Let everybody see more years to come. And I tell everybody thank you for taking the time for joining this program today. Follow discuss about salon issues. And that's it. That's what I want to say. And I'm going to also time to time.
All right. Thank you, Jerome, for joining us. Jerome, now we advert manager for Max Tribune Sports. And one for telling thank you for taking time, and also Desmond for instead taking time for joining with today for discuss issue. You listen to the interview with John Keister and all what he been get for say inside the selection where he been get for make. It don't clear our mouth, and we go join on next week for bring you other updates about the team when they left and when they go arrive in Cameroon. And maybe by next week we don't know with captain, but Zengele is still in the squad, and Zengele as a captain, I don't think say maybe because he's one of the longest serving player now in the squad. He done it for over decades. I don't know the squad. Okay, then we go join Una next week. Mina Magdalene will bring the show to you. Thanks for joining us. And Naso, I will say bye-bye for today.
Oh, we just say man. Say what? Say what? Say what? Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, you start going Afcon, bata bata. You start going Afcon, bata bata. Hey, Lola, Lola la, Lola, Lola la, hey, Lola, Lola la, Lola la. Coach John Keister, not the talk about who. Hey, wetin he want to let them play the ball. Hey, Karim say, not the talk about who. Hey, wetin he want to let them play the ball. The supporter, nice. Musician, nice. Politician, nice. na dem